couple of folks in line, but in the interest of time, we're going to kick things off. So I'd like to welcome Jason Bowsza, first selectman from the great town of East Windsor, to kick off today's event.
Good afternoon. Thank you all very much for taking the time to be here today. We are so glad to have you join us for CRCOG's 51st annual meeting. We're excited to be here in New Britain and to be here specifically at the wonderful New Britain Museum of Art. It's hard to think of a better background for today's meeting. We're in a place that's surrounded by creativity, vibrancy, and history. The museum reminds us of the power of perspective, which feels like a perfect backdrop as we reflect on the year behind us and we look ahead at what's next for our region. And I must say, in my experience with them, the team at CRCOG has consistently shown a unique commitment to engaging in regional issues and solutions, and we appreciate them and all their work over the course of the year. You'll notice today's program is a little bit different. We are keeping it light, we're keeping it informal, we're having good conversation, and we hope those will continue over the course of the afternoon. Most of all, today is about you. It's about our partners, our collaborators, and the reason that CRCOG exists. Every community represented here plays a role in making this region stronger, making it more resilient, and making us all more connected to each other. Thank you again for being a part of this, and with that, I would like to introduce Brett Abbott, who is the Executive Director of this very museum. He's going to give a couple of welcoming words. Brett, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to have all of you here today. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you. Are you excited to be here? I want to thank all of you for the good work that you do in our communities. How many of you have been to the museum before? Oh, I like that. Lots of hands. Well, welcome back to all of you. And those of you who haven't, I'm even more excited to have you because you are in for a treat today. Some of you know this is a real gem of a museum, the first museum of American art in the nation. We have things here that you won't see anywhere else in the world. So it's a special, special place and a gem in our community. Make sure to take time to see the galleries while you're here. And I couldn't have said it better. I think it's a perfect setting for inspiration for the good work that you do. Before I leave, I do want to acknowledge and thank one very special person to us that is here in the room today, and that is the amazing mayor of our fair city, Mayor Stewart. Erin, you have really transformed this city, and you have positioned our community and this museum for success in the future. We are indebted to you, and so on behalf of the museum, I want to say thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And with that, I will turn it back over to the proceedings, but we're delighted to have you. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time here.
As we get ready to close out our fiscal year, we have a lot to celebrate and to be thankful for this year. I would like to thank all of my colleagues on CROG's policy board, as well as the members of CROG's many committees. Special thanks to our committee chairs, Peter Souza from Municipal Services, John Coleman from the Transportation Committee, Jennifer Bardis-Early from the Regional Planning Commission, Dustin Rendock from the Capital Region Emergency Planning Council. Thank you all for your leadership over the last year. In addition, I want to once again thank and acknowledge the hard work that's done by the staff at CROG, who every day are working hard to improve our region, giving it their very best and making sure that the issues and concerns of our municipalities are well represented, well cared for, and well positioned for success. So to the CROG staff, thank you very much for the full year's work. In just a moment, I'm going to turn this over to our board chair, Mayor Stewart, and ask her to come up here and give us a talk about what her experiences have been like over her time running the organization and in municipal office. But before she comes up, I want to say thank you to you, Erin, for your service. All of us have full plates, all of us do. And to make the time to dedicate to CROG and make the organization better, and our region as a whole, to make that stronger, that takes a special leadership, and we appreciate it. As board chair, Erin has kept us focused, engaged, and most appreciated on time. Mayor Stewart has led a remarkable revitalization of New Britain, and CROG has been proud to stand alongside her in that effort. To illustrate her tenacity, I do want to note an example that jumps right to mind, and I'm going to go off script a little bit here because my notes are not as correct as the conversation that I had with Erin ahead of this. But I remember long before I became a municipal CEO, and just shortly after she had, the 26-year-old mayor of the city of New Britain, one time lost a baseball team, and they were without a baseball team for one day. One day. I remember thinking, actually, as I was driving home from the state capitol one night, that this young lady is somebody to watch. Because to have that kind of adversity thrown at you and have a resolution in place so quickly, that takes leadership, it takes vision, it takes tenacity, and you really showed what you're made of. So, Mayor Stewart, I want to have you come up here and give us your perspective over your years, and thank you for your service.
Hold on, let me just get organized here. Thank you. Appreciate it. I hope this is the right one, right, Brock? There's like 19 versions of this, so I'm hopeful that this is the correct. If not, whatever, we go off script. We do better at that anyways. Thank you all so much. Jason, I appreciate you so much for those kind words. It seems like forever ago that we were working at the state capitol together as little peons, and look at where we are now. So I think that's a testament to what feeling passionate about your job is and what happens when you're focused and you feel good about what you do and you want to go to work every day. And I've truly enjoyed that as my time as mayor. I have to tie all of this into being policy board chair too, because Jason's right, we all have a million things going on, right? And for me, it's a million things, a million boards to serve on, running the day-to-day operations of the city, and then you've got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home. Yay, fun. It's great. So, this year obviously it's bittersweet for me as I've announced my intention to forego re-election this year. So my last day as mayor will be November 11th. And that will end my time here on this board as well. So as everything's coming to a close, it's actually kind of sad. But, as mayor of one of Connecticut's larger cities, you get asked to serve in different capacities on everything. Board of directors for CCM, chair of Capital Workforce Partners, the board of regents for higher education, the list goes on and on. But nothing ever really held a candle to my time serving on this body and serving with the Capital Region Council of Governments. And I truly do mean that. I've genuinely appreciated my time with all of you in this forum, having substantive policy discussions, working on issues, finding solutions to problems, identifying opportunities, and collaborating together for the common good. The City of New Britain and CROG's partnership truly helped shape this community and my time as mayor. And I'll be forever grateful for the time, the work, the friendships that I developed as a result of CROG. Because together we've been a catalyst to enhance the quality of life, vibrancy, and vitality of both New Britain and the greater Hartford region. So my time working with CROG coincides perfectly with the renaissance of downtown New Britain, which I want to talk about today. No, I didn't call it a renaissance, just want everybody to know, I didn't say that. That is what people around me have been calling it, so I just kind of picked up on it, and as I've heard it a multitude of times, I said, you know what? We're going with it because it's true. We are a very different community today than we were 12 years ago. It's a long story, but a story worth telling because it shows us all that with a little vision, foresight, and the right partnerships, like the one with CROG, and a little elbow grease, you can absolutely make the impossible happen. So I'll take you back quickly to 2013. The City of New Britain was dangling perilously off a fiscal cliff. It was an economic dead zone. It was lacking even a single place to find a cup of coffee in downtown. Our downtown area was full of vagrant activity, public drug use. It was stifling investment and development. There is no doubt about that. It was mismanagement from failed previous leadership. It was obvious. We were sitting on the verge of a state takeover. The Municipal Accountability Review Board was like breathing down my neck, ready to take us over. We're really one of the punchlines of the jokes of everyone across Connecticut, but not anymore. When you talk about New Britain now, you're thinking about opportunity. Right? You're looking at the potential to have something beautiful in an urban area. After 11 and a half years, we've entered this new era. We're growing, we're confident, we're anxiously awaiting the opportunities that await us. And the pride and promise of New Britain is certainly back. And anyone who's driven through here recently knows that the physical landscape of our city is transforming right before our eyes in ways that we haven't seen in decades. We're working tirelessly to make New Britain the prime destination to live, work, play, and invest, boosting our local economy, increasing revenue streams, adding jobs, and amassing opportunity. So I wanted to take a few minutes today to kind of walk you through how we did it. And before I start this, though, I want to give a shout out to my New Britain team that is here, kind of spread across the room. Raise your hands, everybody, because you are a part of this story. Part of this story because I couldn't do it alone, that's for sure. So when we start, I'm already on the wrong slide. Well, let's see. Guess what? We're winging it, guys. Here we go. It's gonna be even better. All right, here we go. So the renaissance of downtown New Britain. Let's see if I can find the first one. Nope. Oh, it's not even in here. Oh, shit. All right. And it's not a wireless mic either, so I can't even walk around and, all right, listen, people want to invest in cities that invest in themselves. I have said this line so much that it makes my staff nauseous. People want to invest in cities that invest in themselves. So when we talk about the investments that the city is making, or we talk about putting in local bonding or finding grant dollars and opportunities, I can walk around. Yeah, okay. That statement rings true because it just shows that you have to have, yay, okay, all right. People want to invest in cities that invest in themselves because they see that there's local buy-in. When you're talking about grant matches, when you're looking to DOT or everybody's calling Pam Staccato looking for money, you want to know that this city has buy-in, that the city is going to be a part of that you're investing in this. But more importantly than that, what do developers and what do investors want to see? They want to see that the city is going to work on what it owns and what it maintains so that their value goes up on the property that they have. In New Britain, we've been through a lot of property owners in our downtown area, but one of the things that we hear about most frequently is that they appreciate the amount of streetscape work that we've been able to do because they show, and that shows them and they see that we care about what we own, that we're going to continue to invest, that we're going to continue to maintain it and take care of it, and it encourages them to take care of their buildings as well. So we were talking about a downtown area that, this is a list of all the development infrastructure projects I'm reading. In case you guys, everybody here is in the weeds on this stuff, I thought you would appreciate this. To see how much money has been spent and how much money has been invested, whether it's private or public developments in downtown New Britain in the last 11, 12 years. It's a significant amount of money, to the point where right now we probably have over $200 million in private investment that's happening at this very moment in our downtown. This is going to show all in our central Main Street area, all of the downtown development projects that are happening. These are not just housing projects. These are projects that run the gamut of full-blown historic rehabilitations. There's business developments that are in here, the fuel cell park, the fast track area, all driven by a lot of transit-oriented development opportunities. It was when Fast Track originally opened in New Britain in 2015 that allowed us development opportunities that we didn't even think were possible. And it made us look and force us to plan. And shout out to all the city planners in the room. I never had an appreciation for them until now. So thank you for what you do. because when I came into office, I sat down and I said, okay, fast track is coming here. We have this massive opportunity in front of us. Where's the plans for development that are around the stations and the area? And everybody kind of looked at me and they were like, I'm like, wait, so the state has one, our local town doesn't have one. We haven't thought about what we want. We haven't thought about the vision that we want to see in our community. So we did that. And it takes some time, but 10 years later, look at this blossom of development because of that. All of this driven from those initial plans. So when people kind of say like, oh, you know, we make these plans and they're not worth it and we just throw them all out. No, if you actually create a plan that you believe in and you use it, you can make it happen. The Beehive Bridge was a huge piece of that redevelopment plan. Shout out to everyone in the room who worked on that. It is really an absolutely defining piece of the city of New Britain now. Incorporating public art into an infrastructure redevelopment project and partnering with the DOT on something like that is, I hope that we're proof that it is possible. Because everybody likes to say, well, you can't get these things done. We like to say, how can we? Which also my staff wants to kill me for. But this is great. Central Park and activating public spaces was another huge milestone development that we accomplished. Central Park was ridden with a lot of issues. As you see, homelessness, a lot of problems. What we did and what Mark Moriarty and his team did was really come up with creative ways to activate that space, to open it up, to get rid of this. Do I have a pointer up here? Oh, here's a pointer. This enclosed area here, which as you can imagine invited a lot of interesting behavior, and open it up into like this plaza style feel that really provided the opportunity to have Main Street markets, a lot of more activated public space where a lot of people use and rent to this day, and we have a lot less problems in the area now because of that. A ton of new housing. Excuse me. This housing, that developments that we are seeing are mixed housing opportunities. This isn't just, subsidized housing. We value and pride ourselves on having a diversity of housing stock available in our city. And I understand it's different when you have suburban and urban areas. We obviously have a plethora of low-income housing. We need the opposite. We need more, luxury housing, really. But what we've been able to do is find creative financing ways, thanks to Jack Benjamin and his team in our planning and development office, to help developers get incentivized for a multitude of different types of projects. So we have right now everything from the renovation of our Mount Pleasant housing project to Avon Dream Housing, which I wish they called it New Britain Dream Housing, but it sounds nicer when it's Avon Dream Housing, so I get it. To luxury apartments that will be available in our city, which is not something that we have really ever talked about before. And it is incredible to see. In addition to that, we've looked at our different corridors and opportunities for redevelopment leading off of Main Street. The Arch Street corridor is a huge lots of project that we're going to be undertaking, and Jason, one of our lead engineers, is going to kill me for this too. I wish that we were breaking ground on it this year while I was still mayor, but we're not. It's all your fault. Well, next year it will. The Arch Street corridor, which we aptly renamed Armadio Latino after all of the Hispanic-owned businesses that are on the street, is going to get a huge facelift. This is the streetscape improvements, the sidewalks, the lighting. We even have Mark Moriarty's pretty awesome design here of the Arch Street, actual arch that will go over the entrance to the street, but really creating that feel and placemaking. The Myrtle Street corridor, the same thing. This is Jack Benjamin's baby. Looking at, I have to start passing these things off, and I'm having a really hard time letting go, if you guys can't tell. The Myrtle Street corridor, again, another opportunity for a LOTSIP project through our partnership with CRCOG that has allowed us to take that and re-envision the Myrtle Street area. This is where it's home to Stanley Black & Decker's. It's not their world headquarters, but their tape measuring plant is still on Myrtle Street. It is located right across from that Mount Pleasant housing redevelopment project that I talked about that hasn't been touched since the 1950s. You can imagine the dilapidated housing stock that is there. That's getting we are leveling it in 4 different phases and renovating that completely for 350 plus new units that will be there, that will be available for a mix of incomes. But the Myrtle Street corridor also needs the type of streetscape work and infrastructure improvements that are needed to accommodate all of this new traffic and additional residents that will be living there. And Stanley Black & Decker has been a huge partner with us in this endeavor too. They actually ended up donating multiple parcels of land to us so that we would be able to add additional housing units on it on land that they haven't used. May or may not be because I guilted them into it because they haven't maintained it, and I told them that they were part of the blight on the area on the street, which was fine. They donated it to us. They've been great partners. Shout out Stanley Black & Decker. This is not the end of what I had, though. There were a couple other projects that are on here too that are very, very important to know. The Brit and the High Railer too. The Brit and the High Railer are 2 incredible opportunities that we have that I don't have pictures of now, so we'll just stick here. The Brit and the High Railer represents an entire block of downtown New Britain that we were able to level and find a developer to build from the ground up brand new construction. Again, utilizing the opportunities that we have with the vision that we have and coming together as a collaborative effort, not just as myself and the staff at City Hall, but with our elected officials too, to really look at re-envisioning the way that we see downtown New Britain. I have 2 city council members who are here today with us, Councilwoman Sharon Beloit-Savidra and Alderman Alden Russell, and I want to just thank you guys for seeing the vision, because sometimes it can be difficult, but seeing the vision and supporting it all the way through. New Britain is going to be a very different place, and a lot of that is because CROG has been such a crucial player and played such a crucial role in these areas. They contributed significantly to the successes that we have had here. There is no doubt about that. So make sure that you use CROG for all that you can get from them, and tell Matt you want more. But whether it is a collaboration on major policy goals like Vision Zero, advocacy for our community at the state capitol. Thank you, Donna. Shout out to Donna, who's here after 2 hours of sleep. Thank you, Donna. Partnering on projects that connect our communities too. The Beeline Trail is one of those slides I had that disappeared. Beeline Trail is a really important project too. Helping us, CROG also helps us maximize our funding opportunities or grants access to a favorable bid list. CROG's been a strategic partner in our renaissance, and for that I'm extremely grateful, and I just want to say thank you to CROG for being a part of all this. But one major CROG partnership of note that I feel deserves special recognition is our brand new Public Works Operations Center facility. The project was a massive undertaking that was only made possible because of our partnership with the Capital Region Council of Governments. And we use the Easy IQC process, the procurement process program to build our new state-of-the-art facility. The facility has an estimated construction cost of over $30 million, but by working with Easy IQC's preferred building vendor, we were able to get a 60,000 square foot project done in under $20 million. The project incorporates everything we would need now and into the future to serve the community, including fleet maintenance, traffic operations, street ops, fire department, fleet and maintenance operations, tool storage, Mark Moriarty's new office. That was really his project. So. Vehicle storage, vehicle wash bay, you name it, we've got it. But that was made possible because of that program. So as I look to my last few months in this role, I know that CROG is standing by my side to help leave a lasting legacy and lasting impact on the city of New Britain. And it's my sincere hope that my successor, whoever that may be, will embrace the strong relationship with CROG that we have fostered throughout my time in office in the city of New Britain and build upon it for future successes. CROG is much more than just a tool for any mayor or chief municipal official. It's a genuine partnership that has paid dividends for my community, and it can do the same for yours. So I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak today. Thank you for the confidence that you've placed in me over the years, my 2 terms as chair of the policy board. And I want to thank you to the amazing CROG staff who make things happen each and every day for the 38 Metro Hartford municipality members and the nearly 1 million people that this planning organization serves. I hope that I'll be able to continue my service alongside of you in another way possibly, but We will see, and until then, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Well, Mayor, that was outstanding. No surprise there. But we're not quite done with it yet. Would you mind coming back up? And I'd like to ask our other CROG officers who are here today to come up and join me. Mr. Bowsza, Mayor Lesser, First Selectman Stewart. We've got a couple things to get to here. But before we do that, Mayor, I'd also like to offer my thanks from the CROG team for your exemplary leadership that others have noted. You know, speaking as a staff member, your 12 years of service on the board, 4 years as our chair, we're all really fond of you. You know, we love the fact that, you know, you're smart, you're on it, you got a quick wit, you keep things on time, you're always there when I need you. And I think one of the things I appreciate the most is your common sense, practical approach to solving key issues and problems. And you do that in a nonpartisan way. And we are fortunate at CROG. The vast majority of our votes, you could not tell who was a Republican and who was a Democrat. And that's a tribute to your leadership, the leadership of your predecessors, and your fellow officers. So thank you so much for that. Have a little photo op here, if you don't mind. Folks want to stand. And we've got a couple of gifts for the mayor. All right, Cheryl, make sure I've got everything here. All right. On behalf of a grateful organization, you can open this up later, Mayor. All right. Let's all squeeze in. Awesome. Oh, one more. So, Mayor, your famous line is what? Suck it in and hold it.
Yeah, suck it in.
All right. I think we've got dessert in the back of the room. Am I right there? So if folks want to grab dessert, feel free.